hello everyone. It is Stacy with Stacy's Ritzy DP Crafts. Welcome to my Ritzy clan. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are surviving with Hurricane Ian, and my heart goes out to those of you that are in Florida and up the East Coast that are getting hit with it. We've got it right now, but it is the tail end of it for us, or we're on the tail end of it, and it's coming through. It's about 1:30 right now, so we'll get a little surge until probably about 5:30 or 6 tonight. So it's just really heavy rain right now, nothing major. Winds haven't been too bad, luckily, but it is just west of us. So if you are in the path or have been in the path, my heart does go out to y'all, and I just hope everyone is safe. So yeah, be safe. And reach out to the community if you need people to talk to or need help with anything. Anywho, so how's everyone else doing today? I hope you guys are good. My name is Stacy. I'm with Stacy's Ritzy DP Crafts, and I love to do crafts. You mostly only see me really do diamond painting, but I do love to crochet, and I'm working on a crochet along right now with Mindy and Angie, the Craftnado, and I'm absolutely loving it. We're doing these granny square pillow, I guess is what you call it, and my squares are just really huge, but that's okay because it's the first time I'm doing it, and we'll see what it ends up. But that's that. Trying to get into painting again. I'm not really good at it, and I can't draw when I'm painting, so yeah, I do the tutorials and I have to trace things onto my background. Don't come at me for that, but it's a learning. And I'm trying to actually do it on a tablet or my laptop because it's got a flip and it could be a tablet, but I just don't get all the paintbrushes and stuff. So I'll try and see what happens. We'll see if we get back into painting or not. And then I am doing pottery, painting pottery. I do that with my daughter every so often. So yeah, so a couple things. So I got tagged in some questions from our very favorite Tinker Tink Tink. And she got tagged, I believe, by Chef Diamonds. So check out their channels. I think Christopher Colossa, who's my culprit in the hashtag Retro Cult Classic event, along with Mystery of Diamonds. So check them out as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get into this, and we shall diamond paint. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below. We are going to do a 300 subscriber giveaway, and I just want to give a shout out and thank you to all of those who have stayed, who have come back, who listen, and it's really appreciated. And for those of you that do say that my WIP and chats help, I appreciate that. That means the world to me, and I'm glad that I can keep you guys company or keep you entertained while you're working on your stuff. So thank you for that. That really made my day when you guys do say that. So I am working on the pumpkin herder. It is a Diamond Art Club image. I'm just trying to get something to hold it down. I know cover minders, yeah, but I've got this on an angle because my desk isn't so big. So a lot of times I'll just put something heavy on it, but I don't want to right now, which yeah, is a cover minder, right? Let me see if I've got something. Hold on. This is my heaviest. It's not really a cover minder, but look how cute that is. And it's great for the season because it's got little sunflowers on it. It's not really fall, y'all, but it'll do. We'll stick that up there, keep that paper out of the way. So yes, I'm doing the pumpkin herder, and I did my blocking in the upper right corner of it. I'm kind of working, so this side is the top and then this side is the bottom. So I'm working on the right side from top to bottom, and sometimes I just don't know where I want to start with things. Yeah, so let's see, what do we want to do? So I got tagged in these questions I'm going to do with you guys, but I just want to get settled on some of these colors real quick. Okay, I could work with both of these today. And my pens, I've got a plethora of pens. These are going to be from Bella Art's diamond painting pens. So I've got these two. How pretty. I got those two I'm working on. And it's just because they have different. I have that one. And I have this one. So you might see me pull up any one of these for right now. I do have some new ones that I got, yes, from TJ. So I cannot wait to open those. and do my unboxing. I've got a lot of goodies to do, and I will get those done today and try and get them posted up. But yeah, I can't wait to do. I'm not one to save my unboxings, but I did go ahead and save all of them. Oh, and these tips, they're from Everlasting Moments. I don't mind the curved one placers, but I have a curved 4-placer. I'll probably put that in my giveaway. I really don't like it. It's just that I can't get used to it. I may switch to it to use in here and see how, if I can do it with the squares. You kind of have to pick those up at an angle, and I'm like all over the place with my work, so I don't know how much of an angle I can do. But anywho, let's get into these questions, and then depending on how long it takes, I'll just probably do a quick update. Well, let me do the quick update on everything. If I have to do a take on the questions later, I'll do another video for that. But I need to do my updates because there's been a lot going on. So let's start with work. I did go back to work, and it's been good. I only work 3 times during the week and then once on Sunday. So it is giving me a nice little break. And I like that schedule. It keeps me full time. And with my pay increase that we had very early this year, like the beginning of this year, it pretty much taking off that day is that pay increase. So I was like, I can hack it. I definitely can hack it. But anyway, so I went back to work. Yeah, everything's going good with work. Calls. They only have me on one line right now, 1 or 2 lines, and it's not even that busy for me. I think just because they have a lot of people that are handling other lines, so I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. It's not my place to say anything. I don't know if they did it because they were already staffed on the other lines enough or not, but I'm sure they'll realize it when they need the help. But I'm liking it so far. I am really liking it so far. And that's work, school. Jackie's back in school, and she is doing extremely well. She got all A's except for 1 B in math. So, had my doctor's appointment, and I don't know if you can see what I'm doing down here. I'm trying to keep this canvas in view, but it is so freaking big, and my table is just not big enough. ASMR for you. So yeah, these are Bella Art de Nicole trays, and I love them because there's 3 dividers, 3 divisions of the tray, and it lets me use the tray how I want. So I do love those. I like her large trays, but I think I'm going to try NYX's instead, just because it is a little bit different. And I have her shrimp boat, and I sponsor everybody. If a tray works, I sponsor that person. Well, I don't sponsor, but I give them shout outs. So weight loss journey, I am down. I started off in morbid obesity. I was about 274 pounds when I very first started my weight loss journey. Yeah, and then I got it down to about 260, and I was fighting. I was really fighting. I did get it down to 218 at one point, and I couldn't keep it. I think when my dad passed away, dang it, I really don't want to put wax in my pen. Sorry about that. See, this is what I mean. I flip through pens when the wax. Some of them I have wax. Some of them I have putty in. I have museum wax putty, but I just got Randa's Craft Corner. I just got her really hard, I forget what it's called, but the really hard wax that she has, or putty, yeah, the really hard wax. So I'm going to try her stuff. I just have to unbox it, which I will get to today after I do this, and see how I like that type of wax instead. It's supposed to be really, really good for, at least especially for the single placer, so I'm going to try it. My waxes are kind of getting gooey, or I should say sticky, and I know I probably just need to put it in the fridge to cool it down and get a little bit harder, or my putty I should say. Anywho, so my weight loss journey, I was morbid obese, and now I am fighting. I think I only lost 1 pound this month, but it's okay because I really wasn't doing anything, and I think I had a few bad moments, but I'm down to in my 80s. and I'm starting to walk again. I actually ran for a quarter mile. Well, it was a fast, let's just say it was a brisk walk that turned into a slow jog. I don't know how you want to say it, but it was like it was 2.5 miles an hour I was going, or almost 3 miles an hour. So we'll just say it was that. That way you know how fast I was going. And I did it up almost my entire block. So I was so happy. I hadn't done that for a long time. But it's just my legs don't want to lift. I don't know why. But it's like my legs don't want to lift up. And I think that's what's preventing me from running. I think once I do it a little bit more, it'll be okay. And I'll get through it. For right now, I'll just shuffle. I'll do a shuffle run and see how that goes, right? Shuffle your feet, lose your seat, they say. So yeah, my doctor, I went in for my post-surgery, my 6-month post-op, and he was asking me how I was doing because I just went through a full hysterectomy a month ago, back in mid-August. So he was asking me how I was doing. I said, well, I really wasn't eating. I was out of work completely for like a week. I wasn't eating at all. I was barely drinking because I was in so much pain. I was just trying to sleep off the pain as much as I could because there was nothing. They weren't going to do the surgery for me because there was nothing that was cutting off my ovaries, I guess. So they weren't going to do the surgery right then when I was in the ER. They said, we just got to manage the pain, but the pain medicine they gave me really wasn't working so much. So I just kind of slept as much as I could. And I took my muscle relaxer from my gastric bypass surgery because I do have that on hand because that will really like relax me, especially when my muscles start getting tight. So it's kind of like my own little remedy. Hey, it was prescribed. Don't come at me. And I barely take like a sip of it. So yeah, but it is on hand. It's like one of those medicines you keep on hand until they expire because they do help out. And not many medicines help me. So this one I don't mind keeping around. But anyway, so yeah, he's like, well, you need to drink more and your protein. How are you getting your protein in? I said, I really wasn't as much as I thought I was. So now, because I do have to get that protein in, I think I need like 40 to 60 grams of protein a day. And I know for sure I wasn't getting it because I was barely drinking one shake with my coffee. I probably was getting maybe 40 at the most. So now I went out to make sure I get the protein. I got some frozen dinners that have at least 15 to 20 grams of protein, if not a little bit more, and have very low carbs. So my carbs are under 25 grams. So I know that's going to be good when the calories, like if you want to put a 0 at the end of your protein and see how close that is to your calories. If it's close to your calories and the carbs are down under 30, then it's pretty much a good choice for you to have. And that's what I go by. That's what I try and go by. If I go above like 25 grams of carbs, if I'm in like the 30 to 40 range for a serving, I do not eat those because I go into immediate sugar jump. I get very like a hot flash and rapid pulse. So I wear a smartwatch, not necessarily to count my steps and stuff, even though it does do that. But, oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm all the way up here. Hold on one second. All right, I'll put you up there. Sorry about that. You guys are probably just listening and not even watching, so that's all good. But I wear a smartwatch because when I start feeling like the rapid heart, I see how high my heart rate's going because I do kind of get concerned because your heart should never jump and have to work so hard. It was going probably right after my surgery before I got into the overweight as opposed to obese category. My heart rate was about in the 70s and it would jump to 120, I think it was at the most, 115 or so. And I immediately had to lay down. I felt like I was going to pass out. And I just told my daughter, I said, keep an eye on my heart rate with my watch and let me know if it's going down. So I would just lay down and put on some sleep hypnosis to relax and self-soothe, and it would go down. So now my heart rate's about in the 60s, which is really good, mid to low 60s. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to shift over here now. And yeah, so that's my weight loss journey. I lost my blade for my Nutra for my Ninja Creamy, so I haven't been making my ice creams, but I'm gonna order a blade because they just got those back in stock. And then I also got different syrups, so I got strawberry syrup, peach, and raspberry, I think it was. So I probably put those in some items and make like a peach. I could add it to my shake and make like a peach shake. That would be kind of cool. And add like canned peaches to it. That would be an awesome idea. I might just do that. And then and then I can make, I'm going to do that. And then I can put the raspberry flavor. I don't know. I tried to make the Sonic drink. Sonic has the sugar-free waters that you can add the flavoring to. And I was trying to get the flavoring to do that. But either I don't know how to put much of the flavoring to put in, or they're actually putting in some sugar with their flavoring, because I think I got Da Vinci flavored, or whatever Starbucks uses. I mean, it's not their brand, but I forget what kind. It's like an Italian one. But it's a common company. And what was I going to say? I tried to make it and it just didn't taste right. I still drank it, but it didn't have the same flavor. So I'm wondering how Sonic does it. If you guys know what syrup Sonic uses to do their sugar-free water, let me know. I would be really interested. I probably should just call and ask them. But no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I wasn't intaking a lot of water. I just lost a flavor for water with my, when I went in through my hysterectomy surgery. I just didn't have a taste for it. But I remembered that Sonic had the sugar-free waters flavoring, and I did that. I get like what do I get? I get peach mango. I think I do. That's the syrup I'm missing. Okay, I need to order mango syrup instead. I think that's what it is. But I would get peach mango, and I would get it in the Root 44 cups, which is the 44-ounce cups, and that way I knew I was getting a good amount of water because I would drink that down. And most of my water drinking comes at night. I don't know why, but it does. Probably because I talk most of the time during the day at work, and it's really hard to get it down, and I'm also sipping on my coffee. So, yeah. All right, let me... Can you guys see what I'm doing down here? Nope. Hold on. Come for a ride with me. As smooth as can be. Alright, I'll try and push it up. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I love that I can pause the video and fix what I'm working on, or where I'm working with the camera, to not make you guys so dizzy. So that's my weight loss journey, and I gained a couple pounds, but I started losing them again, so I think it was just a blah moment. I haven't weighed myself in a couple days, so I'm going to probably weigh myself tomorrow and see where I'm at. But right now, I'm not worried about it. I got my popcorn back, so when I get... Yeah, I was eating cereal. I think that's what I was doing. I was eating cereal, the shredded wheat type of cereal at night, because I didn't have my popcorn. So I went and got my popcorn. So now I have that, and that's when I had my popcorn one night. And that's kind of like a meal to me. If I get enough protein in, and I'm not really hungry for dinner, and I've had my vegetables, then I'll get a bag of popcorn, and that'll suffice me for the night. And it's not that much on my, it's not that hard on my system. And I lost, I think 2 pounds the next morning. So I think with everything combined, it just kind of worked for me. What else? Oh, Christopher mentioned something in his video, Christopher Colassa, in terms of his tag questions. And one of the things that he mentioned was that he used to do pottery with, I think it was his mom, and it was a traditional thing for him. So I was like, oh my gosh, we have a pottery store, in our downtown area, which is really close by. and you can paint pottery. And I was like, if that created such an important memory for him, then I do it with Jackie, but I think this is the first year we did it. And she absolutely loved it. So I think we're going to make it a tradition to do, maybe a couple, twice a month or something. Because they have free kids, I think, on Saturdays or Wednesdays. And then you just pay for the pottery. So I might do something like that and give her a little tradition, because we don't really do things together as much. She's kind of independent. I'm kind of independent. But we both have the artistic side to us. She's just a lot better drawing than I am. I have more patience than she does, but we're just two different types of creators. And if she likes doing the pottery, then I'll be it. She did a really cute wolf. I did post that on Instagram and I think Facebook, so that came out really good. And I was surprised they actually had a Hanukkah bowl or plate, so I did my Hanukkah thing. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. And I'll probably end up taking his idea and doing that with her as something fun, so we can do it together. But do you guys want to get into these questions? Should I talk about the questions? Let's talk about these questions. I did tag questions once before, I think, or I've had people ask me questions, and I've never really had good answers. I still don't have good answers, but we'll take a look at these. Let me pause this real quick. I'll get them. Okay, so first question, when did you start crafting and why? Sorry about that. When did you start crafting and why? I have been crafting my whole life. I've always loved to create things and make things, and my grandmother, they tried teaching me how to crochet probably when I was, I want to say 10 or so. And I did it for a little bit, but it was just like single stitching the crochet. I started, of course, when growing up in school, you're always doing some type of art with school. So I like to do poems. They weren't good poems. They were just kind of silly rhyming poems, but we would make poems, and we did a cutout or a stencil. I think a cutout of a shape or image that our poem would look like, and then we put the poem within that. So sorry about that. My daughter came in to ask me a question when she's supposed to be doing schoolwork. So yeah, so I started creating, when I was a kid. I always loved art in art class, and I did shop. Oh, shop was so fun in middle school. I made like a chessboard. I made a nail polish holder where you stuck the nail polish in. Also ground up this part of my hand. I scratched that up really bad on the sander because it hit the sander and it just, never mind. Anyway, so that was fun. I love shop class. And I think it was Mr. Blumker was our teacher, and we all had a crush on him. But then in high school, we did pottery. I think at one point we were doing pottery. I don't know if that was high school or middle school. And then I found stained glass, and there was a stained glass in one of my classes, and I just fell in love with stained glass. In fact, I just had a dream that somebody was selling stained glass. They had like a little stained glass shop that they were selling stuff, and I was like, do you also teach stained glass? And they're like, yeah. And they brought me into the teaching area, and I was like, holy shit. And that was like right near me. So obviously stained glass has been on my mind if I'm going to sit there and dream about it, right? And then I stopped doing stuff for a while. I think I got into scrapbooking for a while. And then I found crochet again. And then I found diamond painting. I found painting, and then I found crochet again. And then I found diamond painting. So right now, want to be in doing stained glass, but that's going to have to wait till I actually get another house where I have a garage to work with it. And then diamond painting and crochet are my go-tos right now. So yeah, so I've always been crafty. My grandfather was a painter. He liked to paint stuff. I don't know if it was paint by numbers or not, but he liked to paint and make things with his hands. So I think it just kind of transferred to me. Art is also musical. You can also have musical art, and I also played piano while I was growing up. So yeah, lots of creativity going through me. Lots of creativity. What is the earliest memory of crafting that you have? Well, like I said, I did poems and cutouts. Like I did a poem about golf with my dad, and we cut out a shape of a golf tee and wrote the poem in there. And then crocheting with my bubby. My bubby. She taught me how to crochet, and my grandmother taught me how to knit, but I couldn't catch on to the knitting. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost on what I'm doing right now. So those are my earliest images of art, and of course, you know, school as well. You always do stuff during school. What is your favorite type of craft? Craft as you mean hobby, or craft as in paper crafting? Well, my go-tos. My favorite is stained glass, and then I would say crocheting, because it's just calming. I consider diamond painting just a hobby. I don't consider that a craft, because you're really not making anything. You're just staying focused and putting drills on a canvas. Now, if you are blinging it up and doing things outside the scope, then yeah, that's, you know, that's your work. So I'm not discrediting anything that anybody else does, but for me, it's just a hobby. And it's a hobby that just keeps me busy while I listen to people, while I work. It keeps my hands busy while I watch TV. And it also gives me friends in the community that I can talk to, which is nice. But yeah, so that's my favorite type of craft. My best completion so far. I have a lot of WIPs this year, I'll be honest with you. Ones that I remember completing that I really enjoyed was my Snow White. I did that with Tink, or Tink Tink, and we changed the eyes on her, and she's my favorite princess, and that was my favorite finish. I also had a finish this year of my first Hannah Lynn, which came out really nice, and I enjoyed that. And then I have one, Flower Girl Crazy, or Flower Crazy, I think is what it's called. All of these are from DAC. I really like the colors in that, and it's a WIP right now, so I am going to finish it up. But she just makes me happy. Like, all the colors of the flowers just makes me happy. But Miss Havisham, the one I did the first time last year this time, is my ultimate favorite so far. She was my favorite to work on. I really enjoyed it. And she was also my first big canvas. Best item purchased so far this year. That's a hard one. Let's see. Best item I purchased this year. I have a tray that I got from Amazon, like a tray stand that I use for all of my trays. It fits all of my Bella Art de Nicole trays, just because the 3D ones don't hold as many as I have, and they're more expensive. So I have like a little wood one that's got a tray thing on top. I could put my my other cases that I have stored on top of it. But that's been my favorite. Also, my pen holder. It's a clear acrylic drawer that is usually used for makeup, but I've been using it for my pens, and it shows all my pens. I put all my cover minders in there, all my waxes and putties and stuff, and my tools, and it stores everything. I can see through it, and I just love it. It's a 3-drawer tray, and it's really long, so it holds my pens this way, and it'll hold my pen that way as well. And those two are like my best purchase so far. Let's see. Name something craft related that you want to buy in the future. Well, obviously stained glass. That's going to have to be my go-to, because I am going to have to start. I used to keep all of my tools and stuff, but I mean, I think I gave it to one of my bosses because she was doing mosaics. But stained glass. I'm going to have to stay stained glass. All my stained glass supplies so I can get started on my stained glass patterns. That's going to be a huge expense. Glass is not cheap. And to ship it anywhere, it's going to be, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to ship it. So who knows how I would even sell it. But yeah, I can't wait to get back into that. Biggest crafting disappointment. I don't like to call things out or companies out, but I will have to say all the issues I'm having with the current canvas has gotten replaced so far within one company. So I can't really say that was a disappointment because I do get to work on it again. But Dreamer Design, I do have to say with Dreamer Design, I'm very disappointed with the fraying on their canvas. I actually literally just chucked a painting in the trash for Cozy Christmas. One, because I just couldn't see a lot of the drill symbols. I was done with it, but I was missing a lot, and I was just like, forget it. I can't even read these. And it's fraying so bad, I just chucked it in the trash. Yeah, that was a huge, those canvases are just, I love the images and stuff, and I'm going to work through it, and I'll still buy from them, but if you got fraying canvases, then just put some washi tape around it to keep it from further fraying. And that would be my suggestion. But they do have some really nice images. Biggest crafting surprise. I'm kind of doing these out of order, sorry, because I skipped. But biggest crafting surprise is the community. I do have to say, I love this community. It is so welcoming. And I know there's cattiness that goes on in every group, but I just like the fact that I can be open and honest and have a means to talk to people and get out what I need to get out and help people who, you know, like hearing other people or that need to reach out. I like being there. So that's been a huge surprise, all the support and friends that I've made in this community, overseas, even completely overseas as well. So I just thank everyone for giving me that opportunity to have that relationship with you all. What craft are you most looking forward to working on later this year? I wouldn't necessarily say this year, but I am going to push myself to do my first Chuck Pinson with Mindy. It's been fun doing the crochet alongs with her, and also I'm now in a book thing with her because she's reading a book that I really like, and I want to show that support. So I'm going to try and do the Chuck Pinson event with her. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to say that. I don't know how I'll handle it, how I'll handle the confetti, but we'll see what happens. That's all I'm going to say. Favorite craft supplier. Oh, wow. That's a really hard one because I don't have a favorite craft supplier. I think my pens, I've had pens from like 4 different companies already, and I will say that I do enjoy TJ's custom pens. I do have an unboxing for their stuff, but Emily and TJ, they are just so wonderful, and I love them. Emily reminds me of myself with her kids, so it's quite funny, but I really love how they interact with their customers, and they're doing actually a thing that with creators that they're allowing creators to pick colors for pens and get those pens made for the creators, and then they sell them. So I think that's a pretty cool, you know, the creators can name the pen and stuff. So I have my Mom and Me pen waiting to be made. I gave them the colors that I really liked, and we'll see how they come out. And what was nice is that I'm really picky with stuff, especially pens. So I'll like a pen in a shape, but if the color is just not quite there, then it's not going to happen for me. But I like the fact that you can be honest with them and let them know if something isn't working out to your specifications, especially when it's one that you're wanting to create or having created for yourself. So they did a mock-up, they did one blank for me, and the colors just weren't enough for me. I wanted it to be a lot of purples and peridot colors because those were my daughter and my colors of gemstones. And it just didn't have enough of that for me. So she was nice enough. I felt really bad, but she was nice enough and said, okay, well, we'll do it the way you want it. It's your pen. So I was very thankful for that. Hold on one sec. So yeah, check pins and we'll see. Where are we? What crafting tool would you not want to be without? Trays. My 3 divider trays. I absolutely love those. I have to have those, especially when I'm working on like confetti type coloring, because I can get 3 different colors in those trays and just have it sitting. So I do love my trays, and then I do love these as well, just not like containers like these, but I like the square ones that you can just pop open. I think, oh God, what's that company called? Harbor Freight, like the Harbor Freight square ones that you can just pop open and dip your pen in and grab a drill if you need to. The round ones I like because they don't open up on me. So I know that they're going to be secure, but if you have to keep confetti or something like that, they're just annoying because you have to keep twisting them and opening them up, whereas like Harbor Freight type shaped containers, those you just pop open, dip your pen in, and you can get the drill out. So I kind of like those a little bit better. And in fact, I think I just ordered a bunch of them for my Leo canvas that I'm doing, which is over 100 centimeters and freaking huge and full of confetti. So I know those will be put to use, and I can't wait to get those so I can set that canvas up. Not looking forward to working on it, but Mindy's doing a big canvas event, and I'm going to try and get some drills on there. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see how that one works. What is your go-to drink while crafting? I do love Dr. Peppers, I'll be honest. That was my go-to. Dr. Peppers were my go-to, but I can't have soda anymore, so now I just drink water. So my go-to is going to be the Sonic sugar-free waters. Yep, that's going to be my go-to. What do you like to listen to while crafting? I like to listen to TV shows, movies. I catch up on all my TV shows when I craft. Movies, if I'm out of TV shows, I do listen to creators as well. Not as much. Oh no, I do. Yeah, I do listen to creators. I just haven't listened to as much as I used to, just because of, I don't know, my mind gets drained sometimes, so I like lose interest very easily in things right now, which is why I'll pop out of chat sometimes early, because I'm just not feeling it, and it's just my mental capabilities. And like, if I don't find that I'm interacting a lot, I'll either just have it running in the background to listen to, or I'll end up leaving. And it's nothing against the creators, it's just my mindset isn't there. It's just like I would just want to unwind and just zone out watching some TV and diamond painting before I go to bed. I hope that makes sense and doesn't offend anyone. If it offends you, I do apologize. But I was finding that I was falling asleep a lot during the lives. And I just didn't want that feeling, so yeah. But I do like to listen to the creators. I like to listen to the TV. Sometimes I'll listen to music, I don't know. Half the time I'm working, so I'm listening to customers. Which is kind of funny, because I should be working. Well, I am working, but I diamond paint while I listen to them. Blah, blah, blah. what other hobbies or interests do you have? Well, I think I did go over that already. I enjoy piano. I enjoy stained glass painting, crochet. I will do scrapbooking. I haven't picked that up in God knows, like 15, 20 years, maybe more, but I still have all my supplies. So maybe I'll go back to making cards or something simple. I don't know. I'm trying to see if my daughter wants to use any of the supplies, but she really hasn't. Let's see. What craft activities would you love to try but haven't, and why? Ooh, craft activities. What kind of craft activities would I like to try? I don't really know, because I think I've tried a lot of them so far. Glass blowing? No, that's too delicate of a craft. I don't know. I really don't know. To me, the crafts that I'd be interested in, I've already tried. Paint by no. I'm trying to go through Hobby Lobby walkways and see what they had. Maybe multimedia type painting, knowing how to do that, I guess, or doodling with those fancy letters. I think something like that would be kind of cool. You will never find me journaling or bullet point journaling. That's just not going to happen with me. But yeah, maybe multimedia type painting or artistry work. I just get so overwhelmed with everything that's out there that I can't focus on doing one thing, and it just overwhelms me, and then it stops the thought process. So I stick to the ones I know, which is crochet, painting, stained glass, and diamond painting, and scrapbooking. If I looked in your bag, satchel, or rucksack, would there be evidence that you are a crafter? I would have to say possibly in my car, because I will take my yarn bag with me when I go places, such as to karate or something. I'll usually have a project that I take with me. So yeah, I would say so. When I carry a purse, I hardly ever carry a purse right now, so because I don't go anywhere. But yeah, sometimes I'll take, just because it helps with my fidgeting. I constantly have to do so. I can't just sit and wait. I have to do something. I would like drawing, sketching. If I could learn how to sketch really good, that would be cool. But I don't, so yeah. And you guys, again, cannot see what I'm doing. What craft related item do you have far too much of? Paint, pens, and trees. Paint, pens, and trees. Paint, because I haven't used the paint in a long time, and I bought a whole crap load of it because it was on sale at Hobby Lobby. And it's the good Liquitex paint. So that's why I'm saying I need to get into painting again. Trays, for sure. Yarn. Okay. Sorry about that. I did work on this a little bit. My camera shut down and I couldn't record until later, so I've just been working on this little by little throughout the day. But anyway, let's get back to it. What craft related item do you have far too much of? Trays. I have a lot of trays, but I do like the 3 divider trays. They are awesome, and they're great because I can change them into 2 dividers, or I can change them into 1 whole one, and I can sync them up either alphabetically, or I don't like to put light colors together, because when I shake them sometimes, if they're a little too full, they flip over into the other side. No fault of the tray, just my shaking. So as long as I have different colors, I can easily sort it out. It's no big deal. But when you put light colors together, that happened to me, and oh, it was a hot mess. And I have a tendency to spill things quite frequently, so yeah. Sorting through those was not fun. What is your top crafting tip? Is to take your time and enjoy whatever you're doing. If it's frustrating you, take a break, come back to it, try again. If it's still too much or causing anxiety, then just step away. Put it away, step away. I had that issue happen to me on one of my canvases that I mentioned earlier, and I checked it in the trash. Hopefully you don't have to go to that extreme, but yeah, walk away if it's too frustrating, if you're becoming overwhelmed, if it's not fun, yada yada. If a canvas is just not sticky enough, that's okay. You just get some Mod Podge or some sealant or something, or double-sided tape, lay it down, put your drills on, and move along. Don't stress over it. It's fixable. If it's the whole entire canvas, that's another story, but sometimes I'll lay my hand over certain parts and it'll de-stickify. Is that even a word? De-stickify? It'll make the canvas unsticky, and I'll just put some Mod Podge in, let it get a little gluey, and then I'll stick my drills on top of it, and it dries clear. So no mess. No fuss, no mess. What craft-related item do you enjoy collecting? Ooh. I don't know if I like to collect craft-related stuff. Pens maybe, because they're work of art, but they're way expensive. I mostly like collecting non-art stuff. Like when I travel, I collect things when I travel. Or when I go to Disneyland, I'll get little porcelain or ceramic characters in a set. Those are the type of things I collect. Or books. I don't really collect anything else. If people enjoy your content, what other channels should they check out? Check out Ruby Q. Ruby Q, I knew her in the community, or I've seen her in the community. I haven't really related to her, but she is, I really liked her lives that I was in. Not just because I won something from them, but I did enjoy her lives. She's just to the point. She's very direct, to the point, and she does things differently, and she interacts with the community, and she's fun, and I really enjoyed her. And I thought, hey, let me mention her, because there's a lot of us in my side of the community that aren't familiar with other creators, and I thought that would be fun. So I'm going to give her a shout out and to do the questions so you guys can learn about her. But also, if you like crocheting, Mindy and Angie, they do a lot of crochet alongs, or they just started doing crochet alongs, and Mindy does a book club. So she's got a lot of stuff going on. Rose Prophet of Rose Prophet Creations, she's got a lot of her art in different medias, or mediums, I should say. So her art's getting out there. You can check her website out. And she's also got a YouTube channel. And she's the sweetest person ever. So I'll put my little code below. If you do want to order from her, she's having, I think she's still having a sale. Or it might have ended, but I think it was a Halloween one that she had. But, oh no, that was a different website. Sorry about that. But yeah, check her out. I will put her link below. I will put Mindy and Angie, the Craftados, links below. And yeah, so let's see. I appreciate you guys. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. I did want to give a little shout out to my daughter. She is having a fundraiser at school. She's about 18 items shy of her 30 goal. So if you guys want to check her out, if you're worried about paying for shipping or not wanting anything, then there is an area you can donate. They're in $10 increments, and each $10 is considered an item, so I know that would be really helpful for her. She's also going to be doing a fundraiser later for her field trip. It's an overnight sleeping field trip, so we'll have that, but this one's for the holidays. If you guys want to check it out, I'm putting the link below to her site. And we just really appreciate any donations or contributions. If you don't want to buy anything per se, and you don't want to donate, but you do want to get something, although that doesn't make sense, but if you don't want to donate and you kind of want to do something for her instead, any of the food items would be great. She loves the gummy worms, there's nuts, popcorn in there, so all that stuff she would really enjoy. And it would be greatly appreciated. It also helps with school and her goal for 5th grade. It is her last year at that school, and we want her to go out with a bang. So we just appreciate everyone that's involved, and thank you so much supporting her, either just verbally with me or in doing this. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to Nix, who did a huge donation for her and got her on her start. So I really do appreciate that, Nix. Thank you so much. And I guess that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy this form of a whip and chat with the questions. If you guys like me to answer questions, I can find other ones and answer those. A lot of this was repetitive questions in terms of my hobbies and whatnot. So I'll try not to mention them going forward because I think I might have overdone it today. But if you got to the end of this, give me a ruby or gem. I think there's rubies or diamond, some type of gemstone at the end of the comments, and that lets me know that you watched till the end. And stay tuned. We will be doing a 300 subscriber giveaway. Yes, because I'm almost there. So thank you for everyone who has subscribed. If you forgot to subscribe, please do so. It doesn't cost anything. Also, that thumbs up helps if you ended up liking my video. And comment away. I love comments and I do respond to them, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm going to wrap up and get out of here. You guys have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you so much for watching. Be true to yourself. Love yourself. That's an awful heart, but you get it. And thank you so much for sticking around and listening and staying. Have a great day. Bye. Happy fall, y'all.